everyone, welcome to Room 120 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. Well, this week is only a 4-day week. Our spring break starts this Friday, so just a reminder that there is no school this Friday in observance of Good Friday, and it's also the kickoff to our spring break, which is the week of March 29th through April the 8th. So please make sure that you make proper accommodations, as the school will be closed that week for staff and for students. Just a reminder of the reading fluency homework that comes home every week. It is so important that you're trying to get that done. We have seen some really great growth in reading from when we really started that to now. So I account a lot, not all of the growth, but a lot of the growth to that partnership at home. Be sure that you're checking your child's homework folder every night and signing that just to show me that you are aware and up to date of all the things that are happening in our classroom. Finally, we're in the midst of our Flat Stanley book study. Continue sending in those pictures of where Flat Stanley is going with you and continue reading the book. Just a reminder, there is a special guest reader that reads the book online on our school Facebook page on various dates, and you can check the Flat Stanley information letter that came home in your child's folder when this project started for the dates that those videos will be posted. We are going to do a fun little activity with Flat Stanley that I'm going to need your help with, but I will give you more details about that soon, possibly tomorrow morning/afternoon. Up next is Looking Ahead, where you will hear all the things that are going to happen in the future of our school and in our classroom. Mark your calendars for Friday, April the 12th. It'll be the first Friday that we're back from spring break, and that is when report cards go home. So the third 9 weeks report card will go home on Friday, April the 12th. So just be on the lookout for that in those coming days. And then finally, we're having a Flat Stanley parent event on Tuesday, April the 16th. There will be more details about that coming your way soon, but just know that it is going to be an in-school day activity. So it will be happening during the school day, probably during the beginning of the day or possibly the end of the day. I think we went with the end of the day instead of the beginning. Yeah, I'm almost positive for that. But just be on the lookout for the time and all of the details coming really soon after spring break for you. Up next is Curriculum Corner, where you will hear all of the things that are going to be taught in our classroom this week. In Eureka Math, we're finishing up Unit 4, which has been adding and subtracting strategies, and students will be taking that assessment this coming Wednesday. In Foundations, just a reminder to please check the Foundations newsletter to see what your child is learning in their Foundations group this week. In reading, we're talking continuing to read books by Kevin Hankes with a focus on character traits. We're looking at character traits and what does the character do and what does the character say that proves that they demonstrate that trait. The common assessment for that will be this coming Thursday, so please make every effort to make sure that your child is at school, especially this Wednesday and Thursday, as we are taking 2 pretty important assessments. And then in social studies, we're doing finishing up our economics unit and talking about entrepreneurs and business building, as the students will be applying all of the concepts they've learned into a culminating project where they will be developing or selling a product and having to think about wants and needs and supply and demand in our area and whether or not that would be an efficient project. So you can help by helping your child this evening come up with something fun that they would like to sell. It can be something that has already been invented that they're just going to sell and market in a different way, or it could be a new product that would be a good fit for our area. We started this on Friday, and then I was like, I kind of need to think about this and kind of redo the project, because they had some really far out there ideas like flying cars and all stuff like that. And so we really want to think of a practical product that would solve a problem in our community, and that can be something that has already been invented and being sold, or something that is new that they come up with the idea for. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we will see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 120 News.